Hi there, this is the Perdomo Abad trap in the Marshall counter gambit of the Spanish. It's a rare trap for white and it's from his game in 1995 against Rodriguez. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, the Spanish with bishop B5, A6, the bishop retreats to A4, knight F6 targets E4, to which white simply castles, and black can take on E4, the open system, or the closed system with bishop E7. So black chooses the closed system with bishop E7, rook E1 defends E4, B5, the bishop retreats to B3 and black castles. C3 by white prepares D4, and this is where black enters into the Marshall counter gambit with D5, which sacks a pawn, but in return black gets some very active piece play. E takes on D5, black recaptures, knight takes on D5, but leaves the pawn on E5 loose. So after knight takes E5, knight takes E5, rook takes E5, gains a pawn for white. The original line played by Marshall in the Marshall Gambit was knight retreating now to F6. Most people nowadays prefer to play C6. We're looking at a trap for white after knight F6. D4 supports the rook and stakes a claim to the center, releasing the bishop, so that's the most natural move here. But bishop D6 hits the rook, sending it home to E1, and black continues with knight G4, immediately targeting the pawn on H2. We've looked at this position before in a previous trap where the move G3 was played. Perhaps better for white is H3, as in this trap. The queen comes out anyway to H4, and white's not going to take the knight with H takes on G4 because not going to allow the queen to enter into H2. But white can play queen F3. So in this position here, not too bad for black to take now on F2. This sort of sacrificial line, knight takes F2, is quite decent. Because after queen takes on F2, black's doing okay, close to equality if he continues with bishop H2 check. Let's put that move in. Bishop H2 check. Obviously not king takes on H2 because then queen takes queen. After bishop H2 check, the king's going to go back to F1, and we got a game on there. Pretty much equal chances. Maybe not equal chances, I still think white would be slightly better. But if instead of bishop H2, black tries the immediate bishop G3, which would appear that's going to pick up the exchange back after black's already sacrificed the knight, well, that's a losing move. Bishop G3, because here white has a pretty finish with this little sacrificial line. Well, it's not really a sacrifice. Queen takes on F7, check. If the king moves to H8, queen takes F8 is mate, and if rook takes queen on F7, then rook E8 is checkmate on the move, as the rook on F7 is pinned. So this has been the Perdomo Abad trap. It's a trap for white in the Marshall counter gambit of the Spanish. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.